Okay, we're going to make a simple target here for an air rifle. You see, very basic stuff here, just stuff I picked out the shed. We've got a couple of bolts, some Coke lids or bottle lids, a little bit of PVC piping, and you can see here I've got a garden stake. This is a rubber garden stake, I think. You can use wooden one. If you do use a wooden one, you need to get the bolts as small as you can because you don't want the stakes to split on you. So what we've got here is a very simple idea. I'm just taking junk around the shed, putting it together, try and make a target. So you can see I'm going to drill holes, put the bolt through there, and the PVC pipe will go on like that. And we're going to hang our target from that PVC pipe. So I'm just playing around here. I haven't made this before, so I don't even know if it's going to work or not. So again, we're just going to take the bolt, we're going to drill a hole through the stake. And now we need to mark and cut the PVC pipe so it's the right length. So there you go, you measure twice and cut once. Well, I measure once and cut about 50 times. Works for me. This time you can see I've got a vise. Invaluable tool in the shed. And when you put it in the vise, be very gentle. You don't want to wedge it in there too tight or you could break it. I'm just cutting it at the mark that I made. There you go, try to cut it nice and straight. Right, so if I measured right, the bolt should just snugly fit through with a bit at the end for the thread and a nut to go on at the end. So now we need to drill the hole into the stake. When we're done, the PVC pipe will fit over the top, and the bottle cap we talked before, we'll just hold it all together on the end with a nut, of course. And we can make 2 or 3 of these, 4 or 5, depends how big your stake is, how many targets you want. So you can see the PVC pipe fits perfectly on the end of a Coke bottle top. So it'll sit there like that. Like I said, you can have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, however many you want. I'm going to lay 3 out like that. Alright, so we need to drill holes in the bottle cap so the bolt will go through them. It needs to be nice and loose, not too tight, but not too loose obviously. And every time I drill holes, I always like to start off with a small drill bit and then slowly go bigger and bigger until you get to where you are. Just find it easy, you don't make any mistakes doing that. And just let me clarify, I don't make a lot of stuff. I'm not handy with my hands, I don't do woodwork, metalwork, anything like that. I actually work with computers, so it's good to do something like this once in a while. Okay, so now the bolt will fit into that hole nice. It's a bit loose, so it'll swivel a bit. And so you can see, the idea is put the bolt through, PVC, and the end of the bolt goes through the hole that we just drilled. And you tie a little nut on the end of it, and there you go. This is the piece that's going to swivel and swing around and hold on to our target. So you can make 2 or 3 of these, however many you want. Same process. Alright, so I've made our little swivel part that's going to hold the targets. Next thing is to drill the holes into the stake. Remember, start small with the drill bit and slowly work your way up. Make sure the holes in the stake are nice and centered. An important part about the holes that we're drilling in the stake is the bolts need to fit nice and firmly. I don't want them too loose. And in fact, I've got it to the point where I have to bang them in with a hammer. We'll just get this started on the bench, and I think we'll take it to the ground. Alright, that bolt's in nice and snug and it's not going to move anywhere. Right, we've got our bolt and our stake. So we're just going to put that pipe with the Coke cap on the top, put the bolt on, and hopefully it'll swivel around. Right, so this roundish piece of metal I'm going to use as a target. And I'm just going to mount it to the bottom of the PVC like this. I know you're saying, hey, you didn't have these targets set out on the table when you said this is what I'm making it from. Believe me, you can use anything. Just a thin sheet of metal in any shape. Doesn't have to be a circle, whatever you want. Just has to have that little hole drilled in the end of it. And here, as you can see, we're drilling 2 holes into one end of the PVC pipe. What we're going to do with these 2 holes, we're going to link some wire in there to hold on to our target. So we're going to grab some nice wire. It is strong, but you can bend it quite easily. Cut a length off that we're going to use. And we're just going to loop this through and then back out the other hole. And then we're going to attach our target to that. And I'll admit this was one of the hardest parts, is just getting that bit of wire in and out those 2 holes that we just drilled. Get one of the bolts and just make a nice little loop. That'll help. Alright, I've got it coming out. A pair of pliers can help pull that out. And if you do notice that black thing on my fingernail, I've got my hand jammed in the door. Now that we've got enough wire through, we're going to attach the target. We're just simply going to wrap the wire around and round and round to hold the target nice and firmly in place. Now with the pliers, just tighten it up nice. And there you go, the target is attached. So there you go, we can see the way the wire is wrapped around inside. Just a little loop. And of course, we'll put our bottle lid on the end. Make sure it's nice and snug. We don't want that lid falling off. Perhaps get a little bit of glue, stick her on there real good. So this piece just slides over the end of the bolt, and we'll put a nut in there to hold it. When you put the nut on, it is very important not to put it on too tight. Put it on too tight, it's not going to swing around. So just loosely put the nut on so it can swivel around still. You can see I think I've actually cut my PVC pipe a little bit too long, so I'm going to put it back in the vise and cut a little bit more off. And you can see there's a bit more thread shine from that bolt. That'll make it much easier to put the nut on. We've got enough thread shine, we can actually put a washer on as well. And remember, the nut needs to be on nice and loose, not too loose. We don't want it falling off, but we don't want it too tight so the target's not going to swing around. Alright, you can see it's a bit too tight. I'm going to loosen it up a little bit. Try it again. Now it spins around. There we go. So there we go. We've got one of our targets hanging. Just repeat this process 2, 3, 4 more times, however many targets you want. I've measured out a couple of more pieces of PVC. Let's get to work. I've got 2 more pieces cut and ready to go. Now we just have to space them out. Alright, now we can hang 2 targets. Should we do 3? I'm thinking for the 3rd target we use something a little bit different. This is an old shoe polish tin. You can see you can open it up. Still a little bit old polish in there. I'm thinking this could be kind of fun. See if we can get it to swing around as well. So I'm going to put this in the vise and drill a hole big enough for that one of those bolts to go through. And we've got to put a 3rd hole in our stake. So we just kind of take our shoe polish tin, slide the bolt in the hole. I reckon this target might be tricky. You'll have to hit it right on the top, right on the bottom, or right in the middle to keep it nice and straight. So open it up, slide it on, and then put the bolt on inside. Keep the bolt nice and loose so it can swing around, and then put the top piece of the tin back on. Yeah, I don't know if this one's going to work. I think we'll give it a try and then we'll decide after we've had a few shots at it. And here you can see I'm just putting on the last target, so that'll make 3, 2 of our spinners and the shoe polish tin. And there you go, there's our targets. It's nice and light, very portable, just take it where you want it, bang her into the ground, and away you go. But let's finish it off with a nice coating of paint, just some old engine enamel on the shoe polish tin. Make it nice and bright so we can see it when we're shooting at it. Okay, there's our finished product. Looks pretty good. Make sure you stick around, watch my channel when I have a shot at it. Looking at this, the only thing I can think of is maybe the target's a little bit too close to the piping. But if I shoot it, I think it's easily replaceable and don't have to worry about hurting the stake. The old air rifle isn't going to do much to that. Well, I hope you enjoyed the video. See you out in the range.